October 2018. Lonzo Ball, number 2 pick. Next Magic Johnson, supposed to be LeBron's point guard for a decade. LeBron arrives, immediately questions Lonzo's shooting, work ethic, basketball IQ, and practice. Within 18 months, Lonzo traded away, confidence shattered. Now, 2025, Lonzo hasn't played in 2+ years. Injuries pile up, career basically over at 27. LeBron didn't mentor him. He exposed him, then discarded him. This isn't a story about on-court dominance or playoff destruction. This is something colder, more calculated, more devastating to a young player's psyche than any fourth-quarter elimination. This is about LeBron James joining the Los Angeles Lakers in summer 2018 with the understanding that Lonzo Ball, the hometown kid drafted 2nd overall the previous year, hyped as the next great Lakers point guard by his father LeVar Ball's relentless media campaign, will be his starting point guard, his primary facilitator. The young talent LeBron would elevate while chasing championships in purple and gold. Except LeBron took one look at Lonzo in training camp, watched him shoot, watched him make decisions, watched him carry himself with a specific hesitation that separates stars from role players, and decided immediately that this kid wasn't ready, wasn't good enough, wasn't the caliber of teammate LeBron needed to win championships at age 33. What happens over the next 18 months isn't mentorship or development or the patient building of young talent. It's systematic exposure of every weakness, public questioning of every limitation, cold assessment delivered through body language, and subtle comments that tell Lonzo and everyone watching that LeBron has no faith in him, no patience for his development, no interest in waiting for potential to become production. And Lonzo, 21 years old, trying to live up to impossible expectations created by his father's mouth and his draft position, crumbles under the weight of LeBron's judgment. Gets traded to New Orleans in the Anthony Davis deal. Struggles with injuries. Never develops into the star everyone predicted. And now, 7 years later, hasn't played since January 2022, career effectively over at 27, while LeBron continues dominating at 40. LeBron James didn't destroy Lonzo Ball in a playoff series. He destroyed him in practice, in film sessions, in the cold reality that sharing a locker room with greatness exposes exactly how far you are from that level. And Lonzo Ball never recovered. Summer 2018, LeBron James makes the decision that shocks the NBA world. After 4 straight finals appearances with Cleveland, after delivering the championship in 2016, after carrying terrible rosters to the finals in 2017 and 2018, he signs with the Los Angeles Lakers, 4-year deal, joins a young rebuilding team led by second-year point guard Lonzo Ball and developing forwards Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma. The basketball world immediately frames this as LeBron joining young talent, elevating them through his presence, building the next Lakers dynasty around himself, and the promising core Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka assembled. Lonzo Ball is 20 years old, finishing rookie season where he averaged 10 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, showing elite vision and defensive potential, but terrible shooting. 36% from the field, 30% from 3, the worst shooting numbers for any starting point guard in the league. But the talent is obvious, the basketball IQ high, the passing elite, and Lakers believe LeBron's presence will accelerate Lonzo's development. That playing with the best player in the world will unlock the potential that made him the 2nd overall pick. LeVar Ball, Lonzo's father, has spent 2 years telling anyone who will listen that Lonzo is special, that he's better than every point guard in the league already, that he's going to lead Lakers to championships, that LeBron joining the team proves Lakers believe in Lonzo as the cornerstone. The hype is maximum. The pressure on Lonzo enormous. The expectations completely detached from what a 20-year-old with shooting limitations should reasonably carry. Training camp begins September 2018, Lakers practice facility, El Segundo. LeBron meets his new teammates, starts working with Lonzo immediately, and within the first week, people around the team notice something concerning. LeBron isn't patient with Lonzo's limitations, doesn't encourage through mistakes, doesn't build him up the way veteran stars typically mentor young players. Instead, LeBron watches Lonzo miss open threes in practice, watches him hesitate on drives, watches him defer when he should attack, and his body language communicates everything without words. Shaking his head after misses. Walking away when Lonzo makes poor decisions. Looking at coaches with expressions that ask, "Is this really who you're giving me?" One particular practice, early October, scrimmage situation, Lonzo has the ball in transition. LeBron sprinting ahead for easy finish. Lonzo hesitates, doesn't make the pass, pulls back, resets the offense. LeBron stops running, stands under the basket, arms raised, looking at Lonzo with visible frustration. "What are you doing? That's a layup. You have to see that." Lonzo apologizes, tries to explain he thought the defense was recovering. LeBron cuts him off. "Magic makes that pass. That's the standard here. You're supposed to be Magic." The comment lands hard, cuts deeper than basketball criticism, references the comparisons that have followed Lonzo since high school. Expectations Lonzo never asked for, but can't escape. And now LeBron is using those expectations as the measuring stick, not comparing Lonzo to other 20-year-old point guards, comparing him to the greatest point guard in Lakers history. Teammates notice the dynamic immediately. The way LeBron treats Lonzo differently than other young players, the standards applied to him that account for draft position and hype rather than age and experience. Brandon Ingram makes mistakes in practice. LeBron coaches him patiently. Kyle Kuzma takes bad shots. LeBron laughs it off. Lonzo hesitates or misses a three. LeBron's energy shifts, frustration visible. Regular season starts, October 2018. Lakers begin with LeBron and Lonzo as starting backcourt, the pairing everyone anticipated. First few games, Lonzo plays well, facilitates, defends, does everything except shoot efficiently. LeBron dominates offensively, but the body language with Lonzo never improves, never shows the trust or confidence that championship partnerships require. November game against Portland, close fourth quarter. Lonzo has open three in the corner. LeBron kicks it to him. Lonzo hesitates, pump fakes, trails off into contested shot miss. LeBron, visibly frustrated, doesn't get back on defense immediately, just stands watching Lonzo, shaking his head. After the game, reporters ask LeBron about the Lakers' three-point shooting struggles. "We need guys who can make shots when they're open. That's championship basketball. You get an open look, you take it with confidence. Can't hesitate." Everyone knows he's talking about Lonzo without saying his name. The message is public now, not just confined to practice, broadcast to the entire basketball world. LeBron doesn't trust Lonzo's shooting, doesn't believe in his confidence, wants Lakers management to know this isn't working. December 2018, reports start surfacing that Lakers are exploring trade options, that LeBron has expressed concerns privately about the young core's readiness to win now. That Lonzo's name is coming up in Anthony Davis trade discussions with New Orleans. LeVar Ball responds publicly, defends his son, says LeBron should be helping Lonzo develop, not undermining him. The media circus escalates. LeBron asked about LeVar's comments. "I'm here to win championships, not to develop players. That's what practice and coaches are for. My job is to hold everyone to championship standards. If that's too much pressure, this isn't the right situation." The comment is devastating for Lonzo. Public declaration from the best player in the world that he's not championship caliber, not worth the patience required to develop, not meeting the standards required to be LeBron's teammate. And Lonzo, 21 years old, drowning under expectations he can't meet, playing for a father who created impossible hype and a superstar who has zero tolerance for his limitations, starts to break mentally. January 2019, Lonzo's confidence is visibly shaken, shooting percentages dropping, hesitating even more, the aggressive playmaking that made him special in college and rookie year replaced by caution born from knowing every mistake gets judged harshly. Late January, Lonzo suffers ankle injury, misses significant time. Lakers struggle without him, but also look more cohesive offensively, ball movement better, LeBron more comfortable with other ball handlers. When Lonzo returns, the writing is on the wall. Lakers aren't building around him anymore, aren't protecting him in trade discussions, aren't viewing him as untouchable young talent. He's become trade asset, expendable piece in pursuit of Anthony Davis, the star LeBron actually wants to play with. June 2019, the trade happens. Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and multiple picks to New Orleans for Anthony Davis. The Lakers' young core completely dismantled. LeBron gets the co-star he wants. Lonzo gets sent to small market team to prove himself away from the spotlight and away from the player who never believed in him. Lonzo arrives in New Orleans, tries to rebuild confidence, plays decent basketball, shows defensive ability, and passing remain elite. Shooting still inconsistent, but improving. But the injuries start piling up. Hip problems, knee issues, ankle sprains, the body breaking down at 22, 23 years old when he should be entering his prime. Plays one season in New Orleans, then gets traded to Chicago in sign-and-trade deal, summer 2021. Chicago, fresh start, playing alongside Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. Lonzo plays well first half of 2021 to 2022 season, averages 13 points, 5 assists, 42% from 3, finally showing the development everyone predicted. Everything seems to be coming together, the confidence returning, the shooting improving, the future bright again. Then January 14th, 2022, knee injury. Initially reported as minor, expected back in weeks. Weeks become months. Months become years. Lonzo undergoes multiple surgeries, experimental treatments, endless rehab, but the knee never fully heals. Misses all of 2022 to 2023 season. Misses all of 2023 to 2024 season. Now midway through 2024 to 2025 season. Still hasn't returned. Career effectively over at 27 years old. The potential everyone saw completely unfulfilled. The promise destroyed by injuries and confidence that never fully recovered from 18 months playing with LeBron James. Meanwhile, LeBron wins championship with Anthony Davis in 2020, continues playing at elite level through 2024, shows no signs of declining significantly, proves that trading Lonzo and the young core was correct basketball decision for winning championships. The contrast is stark, devastating for Lonzo. The player Lakers chose over him wins championship immediately, continues dominating. Lonzo can't stay healthy enough to complete a season. Years later, 2024, Lonzo does interview during his rehab, asked about his time with Lakers, playing with LeBron. He's careful, professional, but the pain is visible beneath diplomatic words. Playing with LeBron was a learning experience. He has incredibly high standards. Championship standards. I wasn't ready for that level at 21. The expectations were too high, the pressure was too much, and I didn't handle it well mentally. I lost confidence in my shot, started hesitating, stopped playing my game. By the time I got traded, I needed the fresh start. But I never fully recovered mentally from that first year. Always felt like I had to prove I belonged, prove I was good enough. That weight affected how I played, maybe even affected how my body held up. Constant pressure, constant stress, it wears on you. The interviewer asks if he thinks LeBron could have handled the situation differently, been more patient with his development. Lonzo pauses, choosing words carefully. LeBron is LeBron. He's one of the greatest ever. He's there to win championships, not to develop 21-year-olds who can't shoot. I don't blame him for that. I blame the situation. Lakers shouldn't have put me in position to be LeBron's point guard at 21. I wasn't ready. The hype from my dad made everyone think I was ready, but I wasn't. And LeBron exposed that immediately. He was right. I just wish it happened differently. October 2018, 20-year-old Lonzo Ball, number 2 pick, next Magic Johnson, begins his second NBA season as LeBron James's starting point guard, supposed partnership that will lead Lakers back to championship glory. 18 months later, Lonzo is traded away, confidence shattered by LeBron's cold assessment of his limitations, shipped to New Orleans in the deal that brings Anthony Davis to Los Angeles. 7 years later, Lonzo hasn't played since January 2022. Injuries ended his career at 27. The potential everyone predicted completely unfulfilled. LeBron didn't destroy Lonzo Ball in playoffs. He destroyed him in practice, in the daily exposure that sharing space with greatness provides, in the cold reality that LeBron James doesn't mentor players who can't shoot, doesn't wait for development when championships require production now. And Lonzo Ball's career, which should have lasted 15 years and produced multiple All-Star appearances based on talent, ended at 27, broken by injuries and confidence that never recovered from 18 months being judged by the best player in the world and found wanting. That's not dominance. That's systematic exposure. And the consequences are permanent. If you want the real stories of young stars broken by impossible standards, the careers ended by sharing court with legends who had no patience, the players destroyed not by opponents, but by teammates who expose their limitations daily, subscribe to The Real Game. We break down the destruction that happens in practice. New stories every week. This is where potential meets reality and reality wins.